Okay, as you can see, the hood is back on the MTD white. This machine is pretty much done. All I have left to do is put a little bit of glue on a couple mounts at the front of the hood just to help hold it in place. All the back ones are in and good. With plastic, you definitely don't want to over tighten. Since this plastic has been sitting outside for a very long time, it is a little on the fragile side. I also got the headlight wiring done. I'll show you that that works in a second. Down in here is where most of the damage on the hood is. It looks like someone unbolted the back and just ripped the front up. Luckily, they didn't cause catastrophic damage. It is repairable, and I'm in the process of repairing it. I'm not going to go anything extreme on this, like a fiberglass repair. All I did was I put 2 washers at the bottom. I put glue on top of the washers. I stuck the hood down into that glue, and I put 2 washers on top, bolted them down reasonably tight, and I'll be putting glue around the top washers as well. Yes, it might not be the exact way it should be fixed, but it will work, and this is the glue that I'm using. Let's fire it up. I'll show you that the headlights work. I know most people don't care about the headlights, but any chance I can get to make them work without too much effort, I definitely will make them work. Nice thing with these ones here, I've had to spend no money on bulbs. I just had to patch the wire where someone had cut the wire going to the actual hood. The bulbs are the original ones that were in there, and surprisingly, both are still good. Also on the front end here, the lens cleaned up fairly decently. I had that off. I was pressure washing it yesterday. Pretty much pressure washed the entire hood, but there is still a little bit of grime on it that could come off. I'm not going to get this hood perfect. It will never be perfect. Really, the only way to make it perfect is either replace it or paint it, which I'm not doing either. If you'd seen where the tractor was sitting and where the hood was sitting, you'd be surprised how clean I was actually able to make this machine. So the hood was not sitting on the tractor. The hood was sitting about 20-30 feet away from the machine. Luckily, I was able to get the hood, or else this machine probably would not have been put back together. And the way it sits right now, runs, drives, and cuts. I'm just trying to figure out a halfway decent value for this machine. I have found a few similar, so I think I've kind of figured out a value on it, but I have not fully decided. But the only downside to these bubble MTDs, I guess that's what you'd kind of call them. Some are the bug eye. I guess this would be a bug eye bubble. To do any maintenance under the hood is quite difficult. As you can see, you don't really have any room to the right side spark plug. You got a little bit of room on the left side spark plug, but you don't have much at all. So that's probably why the hood, or probably how the hood got damaged in the first place. But for me, if someone wants to damage it later on down the road, that's more power to them. Really, if you're to drill a hole right in the side panel, right where the spark plug is, that would be the best bet to get to them. And it probably wouldn't be that noticeable. But down the road, if someone wants to do anything else to it, it'll be their machine, so I could absolutely care less. Really, easiest thing to change on here with the hood in place is the air filter. The oil filter, you could get it off with the hood in place, and you could drain the oil with the hood in place. But that's pretty much it. Really, anything else, the hood has to go. So, anyways, there'll be one more wash on this, but this will be the final video of this machine. I've done enough on it, and I've covered pretty much everything I've done to this machine from start to finish. I took a machine that was destined for the scrapyard, and I put it back together with very little work. Really, the biggest thing on this was the engine, and it needed one rear casing replaced, but I replaced it with an extra that held air good. So the original hoop will end up going with the machine. So if someone does want to put new casings on the back, they can in the future. Really, just run them till they drop and go from there. Everything's been greased in the back, so the casing, sorry, the hoops should come off the back without any issues. The fronts, I've never taken them off. They were good right from the beginning, pretty much. So anyways, that's probably going to be it, like I said, for the MTD White. Like I said, halfway decent project. Just got to work on a price, and that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.